Let's pivot now as I welcome a guy who has been a champion of Microsoft AI at scale, Microsoft technical advisor and partner, Luis Vargas. Luis, welcome to Microsoft Ignite, my friend. How you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you again, Sid.
I always joke that we need to do this all in Spanish. We're going to do it one day, my friend.
Next time.
All right, so what has happened since the last Ignite? I know you talked about AI at scale last Ignite, but there's probably a ton of cool stuff that's happened since.
Yeah, like the first thing, we continue significantly improving our Turing models for language. We achieved human parity in the superglue benchmark. This is the hardest benchmark for language understanding. The other thing that we did, we achieved a state of the art at the extreme benchmark. This is for multi-language understanding. So it was very interesting. We showed that one single model trained on 100 languages can actually perform tasks very well in all of this. Then the other thing that we started doing is expanding the training of these models to combine language with other data types. For example, we combine language with data in the case, code in the case of the Codex model that we trained together with OpenAI. Or we recently announced the Turing-Bletchley model, a model that combines the training of text together with hundreds of millions of images.
I mean, this is really cool, and we talk about AI models, and we're like, we're stuffing language, and we're putting images, and there's sound, but how does this actually help people? How do these foundational models help people in business?
Yeah, like first, we continue using these models to improve existing capabilities, things like semantic search in Bing or suggested edits in Word. We're also using them now to introduce new capabilities in our products as well, like extracting entities and relationships from documents stored in Office 365. This is part of Project Viva, or to enable citizen developers to express their intent in natural language in Power Apps, and then convert that intent into Power FX formulas. By the way, this is a concept that we took many steps forward with GitHub Copilot, where we are now helping developers to generate whole pieces of code on dozens of programming languages, everything just based on natural language.
I mean, this is really cool. Sorry, keep going. I want to hear more.
The other thing that we started doing is making these large models available to everybody to build on top. So besides of just using this in our products, we are taking these models and bringing them into the Azure platform. For example, Azure Cognitive Services to support a bunch of the different tax-specific APIs that we have there. Azure Search to support semantic search and question answering. Power Virtual Agent, for example, to enable the creation of bots. And we just recently announced, and in fact, Satya was today talking about the launch of the Azure GPT3 API to support everybody to use the GPT-3 model for any arbitrary tasks that people can imagine.
And that's the part I was gonna go through. I was like, these are all so cool. How could people use this? You mentioned cognitive services. You mentioned Azure OpenAI Service. What are people doing with these things? You mentioned some of the stuff that we're doing internally with Power Apps, but I mean, how is this opening avenues to new kinds of functionality, Luis?
Yeah, people can, I mean, we have seen customers during the private preview using these capabilities for a large number of language tasks and language tasks together with other things, everything from semantic search to question answering to summarization to even creating websites out of a language description. There is a lot of very interesting things that people are doing, and we are very excited to see what else they do now that we have this public offering with the enterprise capabilities of Azure in place.
Awesome. So we've got about maybe 90 seconds left, maybe a minute. This may seem a little daunting for folks. How do they get up to speed? How do they learn more about this stuff?
Yeah, the best place to go is go to aka.ms/AI at scale. And there you can find everything, both from the product angle perspective, how we're making all of these models and capabilities available in the Azure cloud, as well as all of the research that is enabling these new capabilities.
So because we've got a little bit of extra time, what's the funnest part about working on AI at Microsoft for you? I mean, I work on AI, but you do too. What's the funnest part for you?
So I was saying, using the new capabilities as the models improve, they get better. They're training it with more data, with more compute time. The new capabilities that they are able to create, and the models are starting to get better. For example, at understanding math. at understanding some basic notions of equations, for example. And then it's just fascinating to see them evolving over time. And just thinking about all of the new capabilities that they can enable, both in the context of our products, like Bing, Office, Dynamics, LinkedIn, even Xbox, where we are using some of these models, as well as seeing how people in the industry, in the research community, are starting to use these models to bring value to people.
Well, Luis, I can nerd out about this stuff with you forever, but our time is up, my friend. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you. It's good to see you.
All right, we'll talk soon.